I was 14 when something happened that still doesn't make sense. I was in my dad's bedroom, talking to him. Everything felt normal. My mom was in the closet behind us. The light was off, but we could see her clearly. She was folding clothes. Her shape was familiar. Her hair in a tight bun, just like she always wore it. My dad asked her a question. No answer, he asked again. Still nothing. His voice changed. He started yelling her name, so I stood up and walked toward the closet. Then I heard footsteps behind me. My mom walked into the room. She was wearing a towel. Her hair was wet and asked, "Why are you yelling my name?" She looked confused. My heart dropped. That's when I felt uneasy. I slowly turned back towards the closet. There was nothing there. No clothes, no shadow, nothing. Whatever we saw wasn't my mom. I would have thought it was my imagination, but my dad saw it too. And to this day, I still don't know what was in that closet. About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion. It was late, almost midnight. The drive was supposed to take 2 hours. I didn't stay the night. I had worked the next morning. Most of the road was surrounded by dense bushes and tall trees, the kind of road you only see in horror movies. About 45 minutes in, it hit me, that sudden, overwhelming tiredness, the kind that comes out of nowhere. I knew I wouldn't last, but there was nowhere safe to stop, so I made a really bad decision. I pulled off the road onto the grass and hid my car behind some bushes. Cars were still passing by. Every few minutes I checked the time. Then I fell asleep. I woke up to a scratching sound. I checked the clock. Almost 12 p.m. The sound stopped after a few seconds. I was exhausted, so I didn't look around. I went back to sleep, but the scratching woke me again. It was 12:09 a.m. and this time it didn't stop. I told myself it was just an animal. But one thought wouldn't leave my mind. Why would it come back almost an hour later? I looked into my rearview mirror. Just in time, something ran into the forest. My heart started pounding. I thought of that old story, the hook killer, and I decided I wasn't finding out. I started the car and pulled back onto the road. Just ahead was a bend. As I turned the corner, I saw a car parked on the other side of the road, driver's door wide open. I slowed down, but there was no one inside. Then I checked my mirror. Nothing. Then suddenly, a man came sprinting around the corner. He was screaming, "Hey! Hey you! Get the fuck out of the car! Now!" I didn't think. I hit the gas and sped away and never looked back. I never saw him again. Never sleep on the side of a deserted road. There was an old water house on the heath, ancient and crumbling, barely standing, no doors, broken windows, black slate roof sagging with age, and somehow it still pumped water to the entire estate. Everyone hated that place. My mama and her siblings were scared of it as kids, and so were we. One summer during the school holidays, it was unbearably hot. The older cousins, 16 and 80, offered to take us blackberry picking to keep us quiet. 5 younger kids, bucket in hand. Gram's house backed straight onto the heath. They passed me through the fence and lifted my tiny wheelchair over after me, and off we went. As we walked, the boys told us spooky stories. They always did. But when we reached the water house, no one spoke, not even them, for something so ordinary. It felt wrong. We all knew the story. Back in the early 1960s, a violent gang of bank robbers terrorized the area. During one robbery, a 19-year-old trainee clerk was shot dead. Others were badly injured. One of the gang died, another was critically wounded. The rest escaped and hid in the water house. 6 months later, their bodies were found inside, rotting. No one ever proved what happened in there. After that, things changed. People saw hairy figures moving between the pipes. A rotting riverweed smell lingered constantly. At night, there were wails, whispers, murmurs. By the late 70s, homeless people began dying nearby. Nothing ever linked the deaths to the water house, but everyone avoided it. We hurried past it and spent the afternoon picking blackberries, laughing and splashing in the river. By evening, the sun was low. Time to go home. As we neared the waterhouse again, the air felt heavy like before a storm. While lifting me from my wheelchair, one of the boys whispered, "Something moved back there." He wasn't joking. "I'm going to look." He stepped away. Then we heard it. A scream. Pure horror. "Run!" They grabbed us. One carried me on his shoulders. Another folded my wheelchair while running. "Don't look back." I did. I saw nothing. We didn't stop until we reached the road, breathing hard, shaking. "What did you see?" Someone asked. A yellow eyes, hairy face. We never told the adults. They said it was probably some old man in the bushes, but we knew better what we saw, and we never went near the old waterhouse again.